Hey, it's From Bark. Today I'm pretty excited to be showing you guys the brand new Briggs and Stratton P2200 inverter generator. It's brand new, as I just said, and really anxious to give it a go around. It's a pretty neat unit, and let's test it out and see what she does. In the box you receive some alligator clamp cables with a cigarette lighter connector to fit into the 12-volt outlet on the front of the generator, engine oil. Something I've never seen before. It actually comes with the funnel to fill your engine oil, which is a nice touch. A USB charger that also plugs into the front of the cigarette lighter style plug on the front of the unit. And a screwdriver. And of course your multi-language instructions. It also comes with the largest quick setup guide I've ever seen in my life. And if you're someone like me who loses stuff easily, you get two. This is the side of the unit. This is your easy access cover. And it's just a couple of easy to unscrew screws to get this thing opened up. That's easy. And then you have, you can check your oil right here and your air cleaners right here. This little lever is your choke. Pretty straightforward. Get your on and off switch right there. Now, I found it a little confusing, so I just wrote on and off with a Sharpie so it would be easy for me just to see and I wouldn't have to look at these symbols. I don't know, I just find them confusing, but that's just me. Here's a nice little touch. The oil fill has a little bit of a drain off or spillage catch right here, and there's a little tray, so when you pull the oil filter out and you leave a little dribble right before you get it scooped up, it doesn't go all over your garage floor or your nice patio or whatever. So that's kind of a nice thought right there. The gas fill has a nice strainer in it, and then the cap is tethered so you don't drop it on the ground. I'm going to be filling it up with some of this super nice Briggs and Stratton ethanol-free fuel for optimal running here. Okay, that filter in the gas cap makes it virtually impossible to see how much fuel you're pouring in there. So I'm not a big fan of the filter, despite the fact it probably performs a useful function. This handle is nicely placed. The balance on it's really good when you pick it up. It's actually easier to pick up than handles on both ends of that guy right there, because you can use just one hand to pick this up and you need two to pick that up. Although this does have the handle in the front that you can pull out, and then there's wheels on the back, but you have to tilt this so high to get it to roll properly. It's not really that awesome of a feature. I usually end up just picking it up by the handles anyways because it's such a pain in the neck to try to get it to roll. Alright, it's time to see if she fires. Might take a couple pulls because this is the first fill of gas, so there's no fuel to the system already. Oops, let me turn it on. That's probably going to be a big help. Okay, according to the box, it's supposed to be 59 decibels at 7 meters, so I'm just going to say about 22 feet. So I'm just going to walk 22 feet away from this thing and see if we hit that number. Alright, I'm at least 20 feet away. Now this is just a free app I got off of the iTunes, so, you know, probably not like official measuring device quality here, but there's the generator. Oops, lost my... Still, it's really quiet. It's hard to describe if, you know, you're just watching it on the camera here. Okay, I just switched it down to power saver mode. It's quite a bit quieter. Let's go back out to 20 feet. That's probably what they're rating it at, is in the power saver mode, because it's set at a quarter load, so that would be pretty light load. Not too bad.
Pretty close to the same. This might be a little quieter. Okay, now for the business end of this guy. You got your two outlets here. 20 amps is what you can. It's rated for. You got a circuit breaker reset, and here's the circuit breaker reset for the 12-volt outlet. It's just your regular cigarette style plug. This is a little different than what you see on a lot of the units, because like you see right here, this has got a funky fitting that goes into it right there, which isn't very handy, because you have to have that special cord that plugs into this. So I do like the cigarette lighter plug a little better feature-wise on this. One thing I'm not super hot on is the parallel connector is their own proprietary plug style right here, and the Ryobi has the same connector as about 5 other off brands. And also Honda has the same style connector, and so does Yamaha. So as far as plugging this unit up with a different brand, it doesn't look like that's something that you could do so much. Up here you have your Power Smart mode, where you can turn it to run full steam all the time, or if you put it in the Power Smart mode, it cycles down and conserves your fuel a little more efficiently. You got a ground right here if you need to run it to a ground that's external to the unit. So pretty straightforward. You got your power indicator switch, low oil switch, and then this is if you overload the system, this will flash red, I think. So pretty straightforward dummy lights.
Alright, it's the next morning. It's frosty in the mid-40s. Time to fire this up. Since the neighbors have gone, I'm going to see how long it takes to run through a tank of gas on this thing. I'm just going to plug my trailer into it and operate a variety of loads on it to see how it does. Just switched it to eco mode. My LED lights are liking this generator too much. I don't know if the camera's picking it up, but they are flickering quite a bit. Dehumidifier is working good. I got the heater set on low, and I'm going to turn it on to high, and we'll see what that, if I can get the generator to ramp up. on the limit on this guy. I'm going to fire it back up again and run a lower load on it. Alright, I got about 500 watts running through that thing right now, and we'll just see how long it takes to burn through about $12 worth of gasoline. This is running the heater on full for high power, and PS4, a TV, and a stereo, and battery charger, and maybe one other small thing. 13.4 amps. Alright, I'm about 2 hours, 40 minutes into this. Quite boring. But she's still cheeching along, so everything's good. 6 hours, 30 minutes. Plus about 5 minutes of idle time yesterday just playing with it. This thing finally burned through a gallon of gas. It's pretty impressive. The box says it's supposed to last 6 hours on a quarter load, which is 425 watts. I ran this thing anywhere from around 450 to 800, depending on if the refrigerator turned on in the camper or not. So it definitely did what it was supposed to do according to the box. I think maybe even a little better, because I got 6.5 hours plus a decent amount of the time it was running at 800 watts. So really very nice. All in all, pretty nice little generator. I was really surprised how well it did on the runtime. And it's got a lot of features that I do like about it. Another thing it has that I forgot to mention, that the on-off switch also controls the fuel shut-off valve. So when you turn the power off, you also turn the fuel off. So that's pretty nice. If you can get one of these guys at a good price, I'd say go ahead and get it. There's a lot of other units out there that are a little bit less expensive than I see this currently at. So I don't know that it's more awesome than similar units of the same output, but it worked good for me.